Hello everyone, welcome again to the Adventures of Farmer Jack. Today's video is a short video about me starting to plan myself for a survival week which I'm planning in May. And one of the things that I will be doing on the survival week, and it'll be a week where I would like to go alone on my boat with as little as possible food, only just enough water to last me for the week, and where I need to actually go and catch my fish in order to have food for the day. So with that in mind, and as I plan for this survival adventure, which I am planning for May, just before the winter sets in, when the weather is still fairly okay, I've decided to make this video in order to explain how I normally like to prepare my fish, because as you guys by now know is I do love to bring you some of the historical things on this channel, but I also like to bring you when I'm out fishing, because those are the things that I'm passionate about. Now in this video I'm gonna bring you the two methods of preparing the fish. The one method is how I just normally do it when I make the fish that I catch, and how I like to prepare it when I normally have my fish, versus how I will probably be doing it when I'm out on a survival week on my boat. So I'm gonna compare these two and I'm gonna give you feedback after this. So yes, thank you very much for watching this video. Give me a like if you like this video, give me a comment, and thank you for watching. Now obviously I'm not going to bore you with the cleaning of the fish, but once that is done and you have filleted the fish, then the first thing you need to do is just to cut it up in workable sizes so that you can prepare to fry the fish, because that's the way I normally like to have my fish. Now the batter which I like to fry my fish in is very simple. I just use some egg and then some flour. I will put some spices into both of those and a bit of salt, and then I'll start dipping my fish into those. Now this is where people can be very creative. They can add some spices into their batter. I personally like to keep it as simple as possible. Now this is where you simply take the fish, put it in the egg, put it into the flour, and then put it into the hot oil which you have prepared. I personally like to put the fish in with the skin upwards for the first fry before I start turning the fish. Now obviously the time you're gonna keep your fish in the oil before you turn the fish will obviously depend on the temperature of the oil, so you just need to monitor it before you turn the fish over on the skin side down. Once you're happy that the fish have fried well enough on the bottom side, then obviously it's time to turn it around. Now once the fish have been fried, it's time to remove it, put it in something where the excess oil can drip out of, whatever it is that you use in your house, and then obviously it's time to put the second batch of fish into the oil. Now, being a bit of a conservative guy, I enjoy fish and chips, or as they say in some parts of the world, fish and fries. So I would now, after I've done the fish, put the potatoes in the oil and make my chips. Now all you need to do after that is setting the table, sit down and enjoy your meal. Now this is where it's going to get a bit more interesting. When I'm out in a survival week on my boat, the only thing I'm gonna have to cook my fish with is not the luxury of a stove with some hot oil. I'm probably gonna have to prepare my food all on a fire. And now the second part of this video is all about how I prepare my fish to make it on a fire. Now after drying my fish and make sure there's no moisture on it, I'll put a light bit of oil on it just so that any spices or salt which I'm going to put on the fish will adhere to it. And here I'm gonna aim purely without any foil or anything to make the fish on the fire itself. The aim is obviously to prepare the fish and to cook the fish as I would like to do it when I'm out on my own, in the veld with as little as possible things. So I will, however, still put some spices on it just to make the fish a little bit more tasty. In order for the fish to cook quicker and to cook all the way through, I will cut some grooves into the skin of the fish This will just help to put some of that spices and some of that taste into the fish, and yes, it'll help to cook it quicker as well. Now I think that if you can keep your hand about 5 seconds above the grit before you need to remove it, that's about the time when the coals are ready and your fish can go on. For cooking this fish, I just let the fish 10 minutes on one side and 10 minutes on the other side. The fish was now cooked all the way through, and now it was time to remove the skin of the fish, as it does get burned when you prepare the fish in this way, and then to remove all the cooked fish on the inside of the fish from both sides. Now obviously when I will be on a survival week, I will not have the luxury of having a beer next to me as I prepare to taste this fish and to eat it. But making this video, I thought I could afford myself that luxury. I was quite impressed with how simple all of the bones and the head of the fish came off, so that I can take the second bit of the fish from the skin. So what's the verdict on cooking the fish on the fire like this, as I will be doing it on my survival week? Well, I think it is a success, and I think I'll be quite okay to have my fish like that for that week. I was pretty impressed with how the spices and the salt that I've put up have come through into the fish. So yes, it's nice and edible, and of course it is nicer when you make your fish in your house with all the tools that you've got. But for this exercise, I wanted to know that if I have very little tools and very little to go by, if I just take a piece of fish, put it on a little grit, and just put it on the fire, will I be okay? And I must say, absolutely no problem. I would like to thank you all for watching this video as I move onwards in the year towards where I will be going on a survival week. I would like to bring you more videos like this, but after this video my main focus is a historic video which I'm working on, where I'm gonna try and bring you a true ghost story. So thank you for watching. Please stick around with the adventures of Farmer Jack.